How many football fans knew that Blair Walsh missed a field goal that cost his team the game this week? That cost them their season and their playoff hopes. Well, the fact is, Blair Walsh didn't lose that game for the Minnesota Vikings. Sure, he missed a chip shot field goal at the end of the game that would have sealed the victory for the team. But the entire game was full of missed opportunities and failures made by other team members. I coach soccer a little bit as a dad, and one of the things that kids typically don't want to do is play goalie. The reason is because they feel like if they give up a goal, that's all on their shoulders. But I always look at them and say, how is it that the ball ended up inside our own 18 to begin with? And they realized that there were 10 other players on their team who failed to move the ball forward to the other team's 18. And so it's never on one person's shoulders. In the same way that the success of our ministry at the King of Prussia Church of Christ is not on my shoulders. Thank God for that. Jesus is the head of his church. The rest of us are different parts and supporting ligaments. And as we grow up into him who is the head, Paul writes in Ephesians 4, that we attain the full measure of who Christ is. Collectively, we become like Christ together. This Sunday, we're looking at the role that we all play in a vision for 2016 for the King of Prussia Church of Christ. I hope you'll be there Sunday where, in lieu of my normal message, the elders will be sharing vision for 2016. This will fit into our series Devoted Together, which I'm preaching right now, on the purpose and mission of God's church, the King of Prussia. In my sermon last week, we talked about 7 reasons why it is that we should love the church, and one of them had to do with how precious the church is to Christ as his bride. Our children in children's worship will be learning about Moses and his declaration from God that the Pharaoh needed to let his people go. God says, my people, about us. And the children in children's worship this Sunday will be learning about when God cared for and rescued his children out of Egypt. Also, in our Sunday school, all of our elementary age students will be learning about the Sermon on the Mount. They're getting the kid-sized version of what we just finished over the last several months in our sermon series. Also, our teens will be studying from the book of James, in which I'm enjoying discussing with them how it is that they can make their faith real in day-to-day life. I hope you'll join us this Sunday at the King of Prussia Church of Christ.